In this video, we are looking at 7 PSA 10 Pokemon cards with more than 13,600 in combined market value. And we're going to decide whether each one is a buy, pass, or watch. I pulled the current price guides and verify the sold data, including up to 90 days of eBay wherever possible. I'm going to show you the data first, and then give you a moment to make your own call, and then I'll reveal mine. So we're starting with Long Neck Charizard from 151, right? So at this point, this card is, you can say, legendary, right? Everyone knows it, everyone loves it or hate it. In this case, we are going to be looking at 2 weeks of data for this Charizard. This was a really liquid card, so they were very difficult sourcing through the data, given that there was so many sales in one day. And 2 weeks worth of data for this card is literally months of another card. So as we can see here, August 10th, we had about 6 sales, and the volume seems to be pretty steady, right? You get 2 to 3 sales a day consistently, and every now and then the volume spikes, right? Depending. As we can see here, the volume ended up spiking the moment the price dropped a bit, and it is currently on a downtrend. That's what we like to see here. We like to see good downtrends. As we can see, it is down 4%, and on this 2 weeks data, there were 30 comps, right? Like, that is a lot for one card, and that is just absolutely insane. The average price is 1,500. Given that this is 151 Charizard, I recall being sales in the 2000. I think right now, this for me is a watch. This goes into my watch list, given that it is very liquid. There are plenty of sales. However, this price here does not seem to be settling down yet, so I would like to definitely let it settle a little bit, maybe somewhere in the thousands, and then that could probably make it a buy for me. And next we have Gardevoir EX SIR from Paldean Fates. This is another one of those cards, right? Beautiful artwork, and we will be looking into some of the sales data, right? We have close to 2 weeks worth of data for this Gardevoir. So we can see the volume of 1 to 3 cards sales per day, fairly liquid card, is at a really good price range, right? 365, right? That's fine. Current listings are somewhere between $377 or $400. It is actually up 5%, which is, you know, the 2 week data, this is not much. However, when you have so many listings, right, like a subset of data could be useful when you want to make a decision. And I think this is one of the better Gardevoir cards out there, right? Everyone loves Paldean Fates. Some of the best shinies cards are in there, right? Shiny Charizard, Shiny Mew. And for me, I think if this was to get somewhere between the low 300s, 275, 300s, I think that will make it a buy for me. As of right now, I'm adding this to the watch list. What's your opinion? Will you buy it now or pass on it? For me, watch list. Next, we have Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno promo, right? So these are stained glass birds. Phenomenal artwork, right? These are some of the best looking cards out there, right? This has such a high pop though, right? But at this point, it probably doesn't matter for this card, given that it's just phenomenal, right? And almost every collector will probably want to have some of this. It sells very consistent, right? 3 to 4s per day. Volume seems to be drying up a little bit as the price seems to, as the price is trying to find somewhat of a foundation here. It is also down 8% on the last 24 comps, and it was somewhere between 472 at the start of this, and now it's somewhere around 435, right? So if you can find this card somewhere between 375 to 431, that will make it a buy for me. As of right now, 431, I think I will buy this, right? If I was a collector and just wanted to just purchase this card, this price, I think this would be a decent price to purchase at. It's a buy for me. Next, we have Umbreon from Fates Collide. Now, this was definitely one of my favorite Umbreons out there. I I'm actually kind of mad that I ended up missing out on this one. I had it on my watch list at around 1800, and I have no idea what happened after that. It just like blew past every sales point, right? I was looking to purchase it around 18 to 2200, and then it's like I had to watch it go away. So unfortunate for me, this might just be one of those cards that I will probably never own in a PSA 10, given at this current price, I am not willing to pay this price, right? If it comes back down to 1800s, 2000, that is a buy for me. I would definitely purchase this at this price. It's a big no. So we can see from the volume, it seems to be selling at least one every week, which to me is safe to assume that that could just be auctions, right? Weekly auctions. We've had some days where it sold 2 copies, but it seems to be selling every couple of weeks, right? So yeah, that will make it a huge pass for me. I can't buy at this price. Next we have Shining Lugia SM82. This is a promo, and it is fairly low pop if I'm not mistaken. It is currently down 17% from just the data that we have here, and this is one of those that I did confirm the sales, right? And this is one of those subsets of data that goes multiple months back, right? This card does not sell very often. Sometimes it goes a couple of weeks without a sale. However, the prices seems to be very consistent, right? It is currently on a range, and it is somewhere between 2000 to 2700. And when I see this chart, I just see that it is probably just looking for liquidity. However, this is just one of those cards that I wish I probably would have gotten sooner, right? Again, it was just one of those that the moment I caught notice, a couple of weeks went by, and then the price was doubled, right? Like I remember this being somewhere in the 1100s, and then next thing I knew, it was somewhere in the 2000s, right? So seems to be there consistently now. If this was to get below 2000, it will be a buy for me. As of right now, this is a watch for me. Next, we have Gyarados from BREAKpoint. This is a secret rare, and this artwork of Gyarados is just simply phenomenal, right? I love the whole just depiction, right? The whole intimidating look of it, and it is currently up 35%. This is one of those cards that, you know, one of those full arts from XY that just went completely bananas, and this card was somewhere in the 2900s, right? And remember, these are all confirmed sales. I went through the seller's hub. I put every single one of these data points. So these are confirmed sales. This is now a $4,000 card. Rightfully, this was a very underrated card. I'm surprised that some of these full arts are actually at that price. However, me personally, I would not be buying at this price. This is a pack. Last one on the list. This is one of those hidden gems. This is a Mega Alakazam with Fates Collide. And the reason I say hidden gem, I mean, if we look at these sales, right, like this does not sell very often. This is just one of those that is still under $1,000, right? There are only 11 comps in the last 90 days, right? So very, very few sell within a day. So if you end up buying this, you could be waiting for that right buyer for this, right? Seems to be finding liquidity somewhere between 750 to 950. I think that's a really good range. If I could find this somewhere between $750 to $800, this is a buy for me. So those are my 7 calls for these cards. What do you think? Do you agree with any of them? Is there anyone that you will buy? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, please make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.